Hello busy crocheters, today we will crochet flower bookmark, and things needed to crochet this bookmark are 2.5mm hook crochet, scissor, stitch marker, and rainbow yarn for ply. I'll be using this green color, this brown color, this blue color in the middle, and some of white at the outside. Let's get started. So we are going to crochet chevron pattern for the bookmark. First, take out off-white color, and then we have to do chain. First, do a slip knot, and this is how you do a slip knot. Just follow exactly what I do, and then take the longer yarn, wrap it around your finger.
Next, chain even number of chains. Like in my case, I will crochet 8 chains. After finish crocheting 8 chain, I will crochet another 1 extra chain. And then crochet 1 single crochet in the second chain from hook. After finish doing that, get a stitch marker and then mark that first single crochet as the beginning. Then crochet another 1 single crochet in the first stitch. So you will have 2 single crochet in the first stitch. And then we are going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2 single crochet. After that, leave 2 stitches in the middle and then start crocheting in the chain after that. So I will start crochet from here. I will crochet 1 single crochet like that. So we will have that chevron pattern starting to have its shape. So I have to crochet another 1 single crochet, and in the last stitch I will crochet 2 single crochet. So that's 1, and 2 single crochet. So we are now finished crocheting the first round. Once again, you have to crochet 2 single crochet in the first stitch and then 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Now chain 1 for you to start row 2, and then turn, and once again crochet 2 single crochet in the first stitch. So that's 1 single crochet, and now 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and then crochet 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. That's 1 and 2, and then leave behind 2 stitches in the middle and start crocheting in the third stitch. So like that, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and at the last one crochet 2 single crochet. That's 1 single crochet, and now another 1 single crochet in the same stitch. So that's it. We have just finished 2 rows. To start crocheting the third row, you have to chain 1. Repeat the step for row number 3, and then now we will change to another color. So this is how you are going to attach another color in your chevron pattern. Just follow exactly what I do. I will use brown color for my second color. Feel free to use any method of changing new yarn color, whichever suit your preference. In my case, I'm going to use this technique of changing color. If you're still new, you might want to consider following my step of changing yarn color. So now that we have brown color on our hook, we have to do chain 1 to begin row number 4. So the pattern is like this. We have to change color on every 3 rows of chevron. So this will be our second color. Follow exactly the steps that I have taught you just now to crochet each row. I'll see you again in my next color. Okay, so now we have completed 4 colors for our chevron pattern. Now you will see the excessive yarn which is kind of disturbing for you to see. So now we are going to hide them. I'm going to teach you how I do it. I always leave behind quite a long end of yarn before I end my project. So I would recommend you doing so, because if we need to do any adjustment, then it will be easier for us to do. So get yourself a tapestry needle. We're now working with tapestry needle, no longer a yarn hook. So you have to determine which is your right and wrong side. So I'm going to use this side as my wrong side, and then I'm going to hide these yarns on my wrong side. So we are going to hide those yarns beneath the stitches like that. So make sure when you're doing that, you are going in between stitches, so it won't show on the other side. like that. I always use 3 to 4 stitches to hide my excessive yarn. That is to make sure that the yarn will not come out easily. If you have plenty of time, you can do like what I did now, which is hiding the yarn throughout the end of the row. So it's all up to you. If you are okay with doing that, then you can do so. If you're lazy, then just use 3 to 4 stitches. That will be fine. And then cut the excessive yarn that you have hid beneath stitches like that. So this is the end product. How do you find the chevron pattern? It's nice. I love them. And I really love the color that I have chosen in this project. Feel free to use any color you have in your yarn bucket. It really doesn't matter much. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how to crochet that small daisy flower. And then we are going to attach that flower onto our chevron pattern. On top of it. Okay, so first thing, we need beige color yarn, and then of yellow. We'll start with beige color. If you don't have beige color, you can also use khaki's color, no problem. Just use something darker than off yellow. So we are going to do a magic ring. Feel free to pause and then rewind the step if you find it quite difficult for you to follow. So after this, we are going to crochet 6 single crochet in the ring. Okay, we can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So close the loop by pulling out the shorter yarn like that. So now we have a small version of round shape. So to close this row, we are going to crochet a slip stitch at the first single crochet that we have done just now, and then don't forget to chain 1 to start the next step. Next, we are going to do single crochet in the first stitch, so that is considered first stitch. So each stitch will have 2 single crochet. Get yourself a stitch marker and then secure it on the first single crochet so that you will not lose count. Let's continue on the second stitch by crocheting another 2 single crochet. So repeat this step until you reach the 6th stitch. So I have reached the 6th stitch, which is the last one. Now we are going to close this round by crocheting another slip stitch on the first stitch that we have marked just now using stitch marker. So now we are going to do the petals. So we have to change yarn color by using another technique. So just now I taught you how to change by using tying technique. Now we're just going to slip that color just like that. This is easy actually. And then you have to crochet 10 chains. The longer chain you crochet, then the longer your petal will be. So it's actually up to you. I choose to use 10 chains, but if you want to make it 12, 14, it's all up to you. And then we're going to do a slip stitch on the next chain or on the next stitch. So again, we are going to start crocheting our second petal, another 10 chain. Okay, and then we are going to do a slip stitch on the next stitch. So repeat the process until 12th stitch. So now that we have finished, we have 6 petals all together. So we are now going to do our last petal. Oh, correction, it's not 6 petals, it's actually 12 petals. So again, do a slip stitch on the last petal. And now we are going to hide the excessive yarn again by using the same technique that I taught you just now. Get yourself a scissor and then cut the excessive yarn. Always remember to leave behind quite a lengthy of excessive yarn, so that if you have anything you want to alter at the end of the project, then you are able to do so easily. There is another technique for you to hide excessive yarn by tightening it using your yarn hook. So you can do so like that. So now the yarn is at the wrong side. So this situation can be applied if your excessive yarn happen to be on your front side. So secure your excessive yarn like that. So you actually tie your last excessive yarn with your first with the beginning of yarn that you use just now in the beginning. So now that it's secured, repeat the process in the beige color. First, we are going to hide that yellow color by using tapestry needle. So since we have the off yellow color in petals shape, so we have no place to hide the yarn. So we are going to use the space in the beige color to hide the off yellow color. And then cut the excessive yarn using a very sharp scissor. So repeat the process with the beige color. Don't forget to leave behind that longer excessive yarn for beige color, because we have to attach this sunflower or daisy flower on top of our chevron bookmark, like so. So I'm going to use the 4 stitches in the middle, 3 to 4, up to you. So in my case, I'm going to use 4, the one in the middle. Get yourself a tapestry needle, like that. We're no longer using yarn hook at this level. To actually assemble 2 pieces of crocheted material, it's always up to you. How are you going to use it? How are you going to do that? Because everyone has their own preferences of assembling crocheted project. So in my case, I love doing it like this. I always make sure whenever I assemble 2 crocheted project, I'm not going to let the yarn being visible on my right side. I'm very particular about that. I believe it's very important for you to make a clean and nice project. So we have done attaching this daisy flower on top of our chevron bookmark. Again, I have to hide that excessive yarn by using the technique that I have used thousands of times in my whole project before this. I'm quite lazy, so I'm just going to use 2 stitches to hide this yarn and then cut the rest off of my new bookmark. So now we have finished crocheting daisy flower chevron bookmark. I have crocheted 2 with another color shift. It's done. This is just a quick promotion. I always loved reading back then, but now I no longer read that keen. So this book, Tuesdays with Maury, has lots of motivation for you. So you might want to start reading again, and this might be one good choice if you want to start again. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next week.